It's that 70s show-ish tonight on Rooted in Foods. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Davis's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. We don't have the whole intro video set up for you tonight because it just, we don't.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen this week.
We just wanted to go live, straight
to it.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out for a minute, let people find us on YouTube and join from the other
couple places.
Places where people are coming from that we know of.
Say hi so we know you're there, or don't. Just hug you what?
6:30. If you've watched for any length of time.
5 minutes ago.
6:30 means the dog has to go outside because she knows we do this. And that's what we're laughing at. You can hear the scratching at the door. She literally came in not 2 minutes ago.
No, she was at the door and I opened it 5 minutes ago to see if she would go out before. And she just looked at me like, nope, not going anywhere.
So this is real life.
Yeah.
We were actually cooking our dinner.
Yeah.
And
drinking our cocktails.
Drinking our cocktails for sure. And everything crazy that goes along with that process. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we're headed back to the 1970s. And not only do we have a vintage cookbook. My blocking is off this evening. Vintage cookbook.
Oh, wow. Everything's got like 4 pages.
It does. You don't want to know why? There's actually a lot of really good stuff in here. I mean, it's 1970s. We have the pan that goes with cookbook.
Oh.
So not only were we remaking recipes from when you and I were itty bitty.
Yeah.
That light is really bright, by the way. I'm like blinded.
I can turn it down a little bit.
I have the actual pan, and this is now if you don't behave,
I know
it's not cast iron though. This is no. It's
hot metal?
Cast aluminum.
Cast aluminum.
A Nordic Ware Crepes and Things pan. They actually started making them in the mid to late 50s. So there were a couple different variations of the non-electric, and then later they made actual electric ones that were kind of cool. But so this came out of a family friend's kitchen. I named it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's kind of cool how it works. A little bit of a learning curve. But if you happen to have one, we'll show you how to use it tonight.
On a gas stove.
Yes, you can use them on any kind of stove. Even now, any kind of stove. In the 70s, we had basically 2 kinds of stoves. But
does it work on an induction?
I think so. I mean, it's cast aluminum. We'd have to try it. But I mean, cast iron does.
Yeah,
I mean, metal.
Iron, because iron is magnetic.
Aluminum, maybe not.
I
don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that. I would have to try it on one of our induction cooktops. All of that said, gas stove.
Yeah.
So we're using it tonight, and I'll kind of walk you through.
We got the original.
The original indoor stove. Well, I don't need it turned on yet. Okay. So we're having some fun. I will tell you, there's a learning curve to this. This was created to make making crepes easier. Having made crepes 2 ways, traditional and this. I don't know if I believe that or not.
Or it was a way of selling those.
We weren't overly in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Crepes were not common. So it was definitely a way to break in to, the home kitchen with a food that wasn't necessarily something that home cooks made. So we'll not talk about the marketing aspects of it. We're just going to eat tonight. But we're having sweet and savory.
Oh, no, savory.
No, I'm doing sweet and savory.
Oh.
We're going to have breakfast crepes and dessert crepes for dinner. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we?
Cocktailing?
Yeah.
Well, if you'll get my glasses.
I'll get your glasses.
For me, because they're cooling off. We're going to make a chocolate martini, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or however many. So to make a chocolate martini, you need chocolate liqueur. We're using Dorda double chocolate liqueur. You need vodka. We're using Tito's. And you need a cream. We're going to use half and half. You can use heavy cream. You can use Bailey's Irish cream or some derivative of that.
Would be good.
If you want like more boozy, but you could do that. But we're just going to use
half and half.
Half and half. If you really get desperate, I guess you could use milk, but
I would not
I
go
would
lower
go-
than whole milk if
yeah.
if that's all you have.
yeah, I would try to stay in the at least half and half level. So we're going to go with, if we can get this open,
Ta-da!
per cocktail. We'll give you the recipe per cocktail. You can double it. You can triple it. You can do multiples of it. 2 ounces of chocolate liqueur. Oh, can you put ice in my cocktail shaker, please?
I can put ice in your shaker. Oh,
So we're going to double it up. So there's 4 wonderful ounces of chocolate liqueur.
enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. We just want to make it cold.
Gotcha.
It's a really easy recipe, too. You'll notice a lot of 2s. 2 ounces of tequila or Tito's vodka. And you guys can probably guess
2 ounces.
2 ounces of cream. So if we run out of cream, we might just be doing Bailey's in one afterwards.
Hi, Mama and Angel, the cat, who I'm sure came running when she heard us. He heard us.
Yep.
Angel's a he. We thought Angel was a she when Angel was a baby.
Yep. All right. Chocolate, because we're doing chocolate martinis. So we're going to get a little fancy. And we're going to put some chocolate in.
Notice we're really fancy with the chocolate syrup, too. Hershey's.
Yeah, Hershey's.
There isn't any other.
No.
Okay, well, maybe Ghirardelli, but...
Yeah. Then we want to shake. And we're just going to shake this until it gets cold. So, and to incorporate it all the way throughout.
So let us know you're watching, what you're having for dinner, drinking for dinner. If you're watching on your phone, there's a place to make comments, well, depending on how your phone's oriented. A way to make live comments.
There we go.
Those look delicious.
2 chocolate martinis.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm.
Oh, chili bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's like chocolate milk with Tito's.
It is. It's like chocolate.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing here.
It's pretty close to it, yeah. But yeah, that's, if you like chocolate milk, you'll like these.
I'll
I get her. You go that way.
Okay, I'll go this way.
You go that way.
Taking this with
Taking
me,
that with you.
though.
I'll go get the dog. They are delicious. They are very good.
They are. So, like I said earlier, we're doing 2 separate crepes, sweet and savory. The recipe, this is actually the booklet that came in the box with the crepe pan once upon a time. I found this by happenstance on eBay. It did not come with the crepe pan in this instance, but it was originally in the box. I love these old cookbooks. Okay, history lesson, I'm sorry. That came with the things because it was an effort to teach you how to do the thing with the pan or the whatever it was. So there's a whole section in here on how to make the crepes, how to use the pan, how to deal with the crepe batter, how to roll the crepes. Good grief. Dog?
She's being feisty with herself.
Several crepe recipes just for the basic pancake, and lots of variations. So there's breakfast, dessert, and whatnot. So we're kind of using the recipes. I'm going to use the actual crepe recipe because the crepe recipe is a crepe recipe, but some variations on other recipes that are in here. What I thought, and those of you who know I'm German and are also German with me, one thing I thought was interesting is there's a recipe for soup and crepes, apostrophe in, not and, where you make the crepes and you slice them up and you put the crepe slices into basically what's beef stock, which is a very German. It's a play on a very German soup recipe.
Okay.
So you find all sorts of interesting things.
The chunk of crepes replaces the noodles?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we call it like a pancake soup in English. But
Yeah.
so yeah, you find some cool things. Okay, history lesson over.
It's little like Stroop waffles. No.
No.
I know.
You just like Stroop waffles.
I do. I love Stroop waffles.
I do too.
So where you at? Where you need me at? The prep area?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go to the prep area, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second to get
Find
you
the
over
recipe.
There you go.
All right. So, oh crap, I need butter.
I'll get it.
And I need oh, you know what? I have some right here.
Okay, never mind. I won't get it.
No, but I am going to have to melt it here real fast. Sorry, folks. Totally forgot about that part.
I'm going to have some cheese while you're...
You're going to have cheese.
Yep.
So you have to melt the butter before you add it to the batter. Otherwise, you get like chunks of butter and they don't really thin out in the crepe making process like they would if you were baking something. So I actually can't skip this step. So I need 2 tablespoons of butter melted. So we're just going to do that real fast. I can't get to the microwave or I'd do it faster. But that's okay. Okay. No big deal.
Debbie wants to know where you got that pan.
So this pan came, it came out of the Whitlock's house. And it's a pan that was used not much by the looks of it, to be honest with you, but I suspect, without asking, that it was purchased and used for reenactments just because of the style of the pan. And I did not thieve it. It was gifted along with a couple of old cast iron pans, but I'd never played with it. I never used it. And then I found the recipe booklet and I thought, you know what, this is going to fit in perfectly. So we're going to do 1 1/4 cups of flour. And yes, I'm going by the recipe on this one. My flour is very full right now, so I'm going to try not to make a mess here. I had to replenish. Yeah, just melted. I don't need it like browned or anything like that.
I know, but you had it on high, so I'm...
Thank you.
Turned it down a little bit.
And we're going to leave the flour out because I actually needed a little bit more the last time I made these because it was so humid outside that it impacted my recipe a little bit. So we're going to start with 1 1/4 cups. And then we're going to make a mess and just set this back over in case we need more. All right. A little bit of salt. Now, you can add sugar if you wanted a sweet crepe, but because we're doing both.
The butter's melted.
Okay, let's turn it off. A little bitty bit of salt. No sugar in this one, thank you. 3 eggs. Would you hand me a whisk after you get done messing with the dog?
They're over there by you, aren't they?
No, they're right there in the white thing.
Oh.
Didn't quite get that.
Here, you can have a blue-handled whisk.
Blue-handled whisk is perfect, thank you. 3 eggs that we're going to beat up slightly. Now, what happens if an eggshell drops in the eggs?
Use an egg shell to kill it out.
Yep. Shell attracts shell. All right. I'm going to get rid of this and wash my hands so I don't get eggs all over everything. Ow. I also need the milk, babe. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I don't want to use your half and half.
Nope, milk's coming.
Danke.
Welcome.
All right.
Whole milk too.
White, yeah. Well.
Yeah, I know.
I almost always do whole milk unless I just can't get my hands on any. Okay. 1 1/2 cups of whole milk and then the butter on top. So we're gonna kind of measure all this out here. Oh, I can't see. Sorry, I really can't see the mark. Okay, there we go. Those are nice measuring cups, but you can't see the mark. There you go.
Well, you needed to grab the red ones. The red ones you can see.
Apparently, yeah. And I actually have a little bit more milk than I need, so we're not going to use all of that. We'll save the rest for a martini.
Okay.
All right, so all of this goes in. I'm going to save that because it was a little bit more than I needed.
And butter?
Yep, and butter, and you can go ahead and start pouring. I actually need a bigger whisk when you get done. So again, the reason for the melted butter is so you don't have lumps, and I do need a bigger whisk. This is not going to do the job.
Take it. Okay.
Take the whole thing. You could do this in a blender also. I just didn't want to get the blender out tonight. Now, I can tell you that is way too thin, which is what happened to me last time.
So you need more flour.
I need more flour.
More flour.
You don't want it like super thick, but it has to be thick enough to adhere to the back of the pan. And that is a nonstick pan. So we're going to just add flour until this is thick enough to do what it needs to do here. So it is not pancake batter thick because you still want it thin enough to spread so you have thin crepes. So I will have ended up with about 2 3/4 cup, maybe, not quite that much. Now, crepe batter, you have to let rest so the air bubbles knock out of it. Now, is that a must? No, but it's going to make for a better crepe.
Yeah. We want better crepes.
Man, how humid is it?
It's pretty humid.
Climate, weather, heat, rain, all of that will impact how this works. Yeah, we're getting there. All right. Last little bit. Then I think we'll be okay.
You ready for another teeny?
Not quite. Here, you can use that, though, because clearly I didn't need all that milk. This should make roughly 12 crepes. We're going to make, we're going to see how we do. We might make them on the smaller size. Okay. We should be okay here. You want it thick enough to hold up, but thin enough that it's going to pour easy. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Well, with the extra milk, flour, it should be.
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
All right, I'm going to let this sit and rest just long enough to kind of prep the other stuff that's going in here. So I can tell you about that stuff. We won't let it rest long enough to get all the air bubbles out. We'll just, make do. But ideally, about 30 minutes would do the trick.
Oh, gee, we're not waiting that long.
No, we'll starve to death.
Yep, for sure.
Let me clean up my flour mess.
For sure.
So who else watching? What are we having for dinner?
Back to here. We got a couple people watching.
Because unlike Facebook, I can't go back and read comments on YouTube. It's kind of a bummer, actually.
I think we could if we showed them on air.
Probably, yeah.
But that's okay. So we've got making batch 2.
Cool. You know what? I'm going to get this white one out so people can see things a little bit better. All right, so I have some lemon, basil, some chives. I've got some dried dill because I didn't have any fresh.
There you go. You're back now. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm just going to chop all this up so we can use it as we want to for the savory. Dried herbs are perfectly fine. I've got a mix of fresh and dried. I couldn't find my knife I wanted. It must still be in the stuff in the sludge. All right, so we're going to put those over here. So this first one is going to be a play on my favorite breakfast. Well, one of my favorite breakfasts. My favorite breakfast is Eggs Benedict. Asked my mother how much she spent on that in my lifetime. My second favorite breakfast is bagels and lox. So we're going to play off of that and use, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Use some dill, some chives. I thought this lemon basil would be lovely. That, and I have about a bazillion plants growing. Are you getting me drunk?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
The best way to do these, I'm not going to do this well because they're all kind of different sizes. To stack these up as best you can, kind of roll them up as best you can, and just cut through them and make ribbons. I'll cut across them a little bit too. All right, so here's the herbs. We'll use as much or as little of this as we want. Smells like a garden in here. Man, I made a mess right there. Thank you. I was getting there. Just trying to clean up my mess.
I know.
All right, so chives, basil, lemon basil, dried dill. Those are the herbs. The other piece to the savory are capers, which are little salty bombs of loveliness.
Yes.
Chili doesn't like them. So.
They're okay.
And then I've got Tillamook chive and onion cream cheese, as opposed to just plain old cream cheese.
Why not?
Why not, right? Let's separate it a little bit. Thank you. All right.
We're going to thief in the...
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cover that back up. Salmon, you could do a couple different things. Love smoked salmon. So we have a cold smoked. This is Atlantic salmon, cold smoked. I'm not going to open this, but it comes off in very thin sheets. And this is a hot smoked salmon, which is what we're going to open.
Down the bottom.
Do you want to explain the difference between hot and cold smoked?
Nope, you can.
Okay.
It's already open a little bit. Down the bottom left.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you.
It says open here.
And you opened here for me. Oh, yum. You can put this one back if you want to. So, hot smoked is exactly what it sounds like. You're putting something in a smoker that has heat going directly into the smoker. Pellet grills, pellet smokers are good examples of that. Lots of electric smokers out there. So the heat's kind of going directly into the smoke chamber. Is that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is like killing me. Cold smoked. Sorry, as I lick my lips. You're still smoking with heat, but there's a long distance between where the smoke originates with the firebox and it getting to the actual place where the meat is or whatever it is you're cold smoking.
So therefore the temperature of the smoke is...
Right. So your temperature is under 100 degrees inside the smoke box, and usually somewhere in the 65 to 85 degrees, probably.
Room temperature.
So this is hot smoked. The cold smoked salmon is probably what most people buy for bagels. Mm-hmm. I thought this would hold up better inside the crepe, and it doesn't come off in sheets. It just flakes off like
chunks, like salmon.
Yeah, fillet. Like a salmon fillet does. This one still had skin on the bottom, so we're just gonna discard that. We're going to try not to eat all the salmon in one fell swoop.
Oh, we're going to fail at that miserably.
But we have cold. So I'm just going to... So it flakes more like a cooked salmon would, as opposed to coming off in long sheets. Either is fine. I just thought this would hold up. I have enough salmon in there for an army, to be honest with you. But I love it. It's one of my favorite food groups.
She does.
Delish.
It is delicious.
And it's so good for you.
It is.
Now, I will tell you, a lot of salmon that you buy is going to have color added to it to get to that really super pink color. If that bothers you, just make sure you read the label to make sure it does or does not, depending on whether you care or not. but a lot does. So you'll want to make sure if that's a concern that you, or if there's a dye allergy or something like that, that you're cognizant of that situation. Oh, so good. Like, it's so good. Okay.
Let's make some crepes so we can.
I'm letting this batter rest, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm talking.
Okay.
I need, a handful of minutes. Okay. The other piece to this, I'm just going to set this aside.
Here, just set it aside over here.
But don't eat it all. I mean, I have more, but don't eat it all. So the other thing that we're going to do
I won't eat it all.
is the sweet one is going to be super simple.
Oh,
Ricotta.
man.
Sorry, ricotta. And I'm going to whip it and whip it good.
The pepper on that.
Oh, that salmon is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
If I were cooking
Delicious.
the ricotta, I would whip it with a couple of eggs to floof it. I am not, and I don't want to, mess with the raw egg gods.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is kind of beat it up here a little bit. Now, you could use ricotta in savory ones too, by the way. You could use cottage cheese if you wanted to. No big deal. So that and strawberry pie filling.
Strawberry?
Strawberry, because that's what I had. I thought I had cherry.
Oh.
I bought strawberry.
Oh.
So that.
Don't color me hurt.
Oh, it's just painful.
That's
Sucks.
such a disappointment.
I did that for noodle.
I get it.
Like, literally, dump this stuff out of a can. There is nothing wrong with a little sugar every now and then. All right. So there's all of that. We're going to move this aside and bring our crepe batter back. A lot of the bubbles are out, so I think we're going to be okay. We're going to heat up the crepe pan. Before I do that, here, I'll show you on this one. Here's the underside of the crepe pan. You can see that there's kind of a well here. That is what allows us to sit up high on top of the burner, and this heats through. So it's going to sit like this on the burner. Take up.
Let me know when you're ready for the stove.
I will.
Okay.
All right.
Here's what it looks like.
Oops.
Back to there.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Come on, stay. All right, so crepe batter I am putting in a 10-inch pie pan.
We'll show it in the prep area. That way they can see it.
All right, okay, hang on. Getting all of the batter out. All right, so 10-inch pie plate. Let the crepe pan heat up. Don't use cooking spray.
No.
Bad move. And I need, would you grab just one of the colored plates that are sitting over here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you, because I need a plate. All right, so one thing that I did learn pretty quick here is that you need something to get them off the pan with. Even though they're supposed to just flop right out, they don't necessarily do that.
They're not perfect.
I'm not perfect.
All right, here's this.
Thank you. Perfect color, though.
Yeah.
We're going to take a drink and get ready.
So we got the stove, pan's heating right now.
I have a fish flipper.
Yeah. Can you move the white bowl just a little bit?
Well, what I'm going to do, I think, is move the
camera.
camera.
All right, well, I'm going to put it on the stove. So
While I do that.
While you move the camera. That's perfect right there.
And move the fan so I don't blow the...
You need the Shuggy out of the way?
Yeah, maybe.
Come on, Shuggy.
Go on. You don't need to be here. All right. So this is hot. I can feel the heat coming off of it. Flip, and you'll see there's this little indentation. Flip. Fingers crossed. Oh no. Darn it.
What?
The batter stuck. That would have been perfect.
It's a pretty one.
Like I said, there's a learning curve, folks.
But the pan still looks like it's clean.
Oh,
it is.
if this doesn't work, I'm going to get the skillet out and go there.
Okay.
I will say it took me about an hour to get this down when I did it the first time.
Well, it came out really well.
Maybe, okay, we're going to try it again.
All right. 1001. Oh, it's stuck again. It came right off. I saw it.
I'm not happy. We're going to switch to a pan. Kind of wondering if it's too thick.
Might be. You might have too thickened it.
I'm going to try it one more time, and then I'm switching to a pan.
I get the pan out. Get ready. We'll see if I can do it. Ready?
Ready. Might be too hot, too. It's like cooking it before it gets to the... Pull it up. Nope, it's too hot. Oh, man. This kind of irritates me, to be honest.
Shucky darn. That's okay. I'll take this out of the way.
So now I'm going to like have to digest, or not digest, but dissect what happened there. Because that's going to make me crazy.
Let's dissect it later.
I'm going to. You're hungry.
Because I'm hungry.
Okay.
But I got this salmon over here, and it's going to disappear.
All right. So now I am going to.
This is precariously balanced over here. So.
Okay. We're going to cheat here. I'm kind of bummed. Because now what I have to do is move a little faster. I think I ended up with crepe batter that was just too thick.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a bowl back. Okay. We're going to go old school here.
Ready?
Oh, yeah. That's my problem.
Is it too thick?
Yeah, it's too thick. I can tell that just by watching it here.
Huh.
Yep. Sucks
Well, do
for
we
me.
want to
Thin it out?
with some milk or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
Here's just a little bit of milk.
Well, I'd have to put it back in the bowl now.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tell you what, like, shit happens.
Yeah, we're cooking
This
live.
is gonna take longer though.
That's okay. My feelings aren't hurt.
And they were so pretty the other day when I did it.
They were.
I think it's too thick.
You should have left it thin.
I should have left it thinner.
Mm-hmm.
Because now this is taking a while. So you guys can't see this, but on crepe batter, you get these little bubbles. And once those start to
Kind of like pancakes.
turn, well, yeah, but pancakes are quite a bit thicker. The crepe batter is going to kind of turn opaque. I'm going to need,
What?
shit.
Tell me what you need.
I need another mixing bowl, and I don't have a big enough one left.
For
So
what?
rinse that pink one out, please.
Okay.
Because I can't work in a. All right, that worked. Work out of a pie plate for real crepes. But yeah, this is too thick. Now that I've got it in a real pan, we might thin it out and try again here.
Do. Coming at you live.
So, for all the professional cooks out there that make crepes for a living, shit is what it is, folks.
Laugh at us and
Move on. All right. I'm not going to mess with it.
You're not?
No, because we'll be here all night as it is. Oh, my Lord. Like, I want to start over. It's so bad.
Well, we could have done that before I put it in there.
Put what in where? Put the rest of that milk in here. Let me see, because this one even fell apart. These are way too thick.
You need more milk?
Maybe a little bit.
Right here.
Whoa. I'm not going to get the pan back out. I am going to play with that, though, and you may see a YouTube video later.
Shorts.
Yeah. Grr.
Oh, so horrible.
I was so excited to play with that on YouTube. Instead, I'm going to, no, shit, don't even mess with that because I'm going to make a mess doing this. All right, so we're going to get, I've got 3 crepes. One of them, this last one's a little bit thick, but that's okay. So now I have switched to a spatula to get the crepes out with. Life goes on, let me tell you.
You want me to take the, well, scoop away?
Nope, I need it.
Oh, okay.
That's right. When you do them in regular pans, all you have to do is tilt the pan around. I'm still probably got too much batter in here, but it's there's a learning curve. I'm not gonna lie about it, but the more you make them, the more practice you get, the better off you are. And if you drink, you don't care. But you have to at least try.
Yeah.
And they'll taste good regardless.
That dog of yours
is not helping matters much. So I'll probably get 8 maybe out of this. I will tell you, they were really good when I made them. It was last weekend. They were not pretty.
No.
I spent 2 hours in here kind of playing with everything. But they were delicious. They were kind of like this one, a little Whopper Jawed.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. It's dinner, not culinary school.
That's right.
I say that all the time. Don't let the fact that you don't have the quite the right skill set stop you from making food that you want to eat. At the end of the day, it's all going to end up about here.
Yep.
Anyway. Unless you have a rat terrier that's under your feet waiting for you to drop one.
Yeah. Right on her head.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you don't have to flip them, although you can if you want to. Because the idea is that they're so thin that they cook through. I now understand why the pan wasn't used very much. So, how is everybody?
I don't know. How's our one viewer doing?
Well, you know, when you just like flub it totally up.
Oh, we'll get more views this way.
Let me tell
Laugh
you.
at us.
That is the outtake blooper reel of cooking dinner, folks.
Oh. We're still going to eat it.
I don't care.
Oh.
Everybody has a fail, and the fact that I'm
Ours
live
are
on
edible.
TV failing, I could care less.
Yeah. Our fails are edible still.
And guess what? You should care less too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still eating crepes.
Yep. That was kind of funny though. All right, I've got like 3 left probably, and then we'll start getting them rolled out.
Okie dokie.
Oh, hello. We'll do a couple savory to, well, thought if I do a savory and a sweet, and we'll just showcase that.
That's fine. You can do 2 of each if you want. I'm good with 2 of each.
Well, I know, but they don't necessarily need to like see me stand here and roll up a bunch of crepes. But
2 and 2. Oh, your mom says she just watched 2 other videos using this pan, and both were big fails. So we're not the only ones then.
Oh shit, that crepe came out. Well, and I've seen people use it really well, but they were from Nordic Ware, so there might be
They might have been teasing it and cheating it. Lots of outtakes.
Yeah, and you know what, I did a couple of things with it. I sprayed the first round just to see what it would do, and it just slid right off.
Yeah, immediately.
And
I wouldn't pour it on top.
we can't pour it on top; it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
No, it's very much made to dip and flip.
And flip.
Yeah. But sometimes here's the takeaway. Sometimes the unitasker is not worth having. Although I like the pan, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. All right, I've got enough for like one more here.
Okay.
And take that, rinse it out while this one cooks, and then we will stuff the crepes and our faces.
Yes.
So funny. That'll teach me to play with old toys on TV. That was loud. All right, here's our last one. I've lost count at this point. I think I've got 8 or 9. I've got plenty enough for dinner, mostly is what I'm concerned about for the 3 of us. So, all right. Ta-da! Woo-hoo. All right, I'm going to adjust camera angle here. Let those sit a minute. Otherwise, our cream cheese is going to melt everywhere, too. I'm going to get another couple plates.
Okay, I'll get them.
Sure. Thank you. Whew, I'm warm.
Yep. Stove.
Yeah, very much so.
Green, blue.
Works for me.
Here you go.
Now, a couple, thank you. A couple of ways to fold. All right, I am going to let these sit just a minute to cool down because I don't want to melt my cream cheese here. They turned out rounder on this than I had on the on the thing last week, so we're good. All right, so cream cheese. What kind of do you want capers?
Sure.
Okay, you want all the herbs or just part of the herbs?
I'll give them all.
I don't want my. All right, those are cool down. All right, silicone spatula. I'm gonna 2 separate folds. Can I see both plates?
Yeah,
Well enough. Okay, 2 separate folds here. I'm using my fingers. Nobody cares in this house.
Nope. I don't mind.
This is pretty thick cream cheese. Mercy.
It is.
Spreadable, whipped, room temperature. Probably all better things. But we're going to make it work.
Hey, it's just dinner.
You know what? Here's the deal. Not everything on social media is perfect. in the background.
Yeah.
And if I'm proof of that, I'm happy to be it because Lord knows.
Why's that one got so much more than the other one?
Good question. I'll just add more to this one.
Why you got one on the edge and one in the middle?
Because of the way I'm going to fold them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is not turning out pretty, but I don't care. It's edible. Salmon.
That's what I was waiting on. Salmon.
A little bit there.
Get it away from me.
A little bit here.
Yeah. Num nums.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Don't stick your fingers in the capers.
No. Get a spoon.
And if you don't like capers, don't use them. I love them.
Yeah, give me a couple.
And if you want, red onion, whatever you want in these, they're yours to do.
Oh, red onion would be good.
I love capers, so I'm going in there. All right, little chive. Little chive. Little lemon basil. Little dill. Okay. This one, quite literally, roll up like a
Taco
burrito.
Bell soft taco.
Yeah. This one, folding over. I'm going to squish it down a little bit. Fold over. And you could put another layer of something here. Okay. So there's our two.
I'm glad mine's the burrito.
Take a bite.
Oh, I got to do the other side kinds too.
I'm going to. That's why I moved that out of the way.
Okay. Do a dessert.
I'm going to do a dessert one.
Ricotta.
Yes, please. Another spatula.
Goodness gracious, you're going through the spatulas tonight. Strawberries.
And a spoon. If you had shaved chocolate, anything like that, that would be delicious in here too.
It'd be delicious on a chocolate martini too.
Cherry pie filling. I mean, this is one of the easiest crepe fillings. It's mostly sugar.
Love it.
Now, some people spread this all over and then roll it.
I'll hold.
Thank you.
Then you can get your other one and make your triangle.
All right. This, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ricotta.
So here's what I was talking about by stacking your filling. Take.
Strawberries.
Fold the first one over. I actually like this better with dessert crepes. Stack. Let me set those down. And fold over. So then you kind of got this layered situation. All right, I'm not taking pictures, so I'm not going to fancy these up, but we are going to eat them.
That'd be good with
So.
Boom.
And then we'll
With forks.
make more for the kid.
And for us.
Okay, so clearly, sometimes the skillet is just your best friend. Thank you.
Welcome.
Crepes are not difficult. These might be just a teeny thicker than what I would want them normally, but. You like the long, thin ones?
Sure.
As opposed to the folded over ones?
Yep.
Okay.
I like the burrito size looking ones.
I don't have a preference. I like them all.
Well, I just noticed how much salmon that you put in this one.
Right? Okay.
Compared to that one. I'll be honest, that's why I chose this one, because it has more salmon.
Right? Yeah.
That's
so good.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's good.
That salmon is something. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
If you were serving these, I actually prefer this from a serving perspective, so because you can
What's prettier?
stack them,
Mm-hmm.
put something over the top, depending on what's on the inside
Just
of
don't
them.
let somebody else see that you're putting more salmon in one than the other style, and you'll get to choose whatever you want.
I have plenty of salmon in mine.
But I saw that this one had more salmon in it. All the way from over here, live on the tubes.
All right. God, that's good. That's like my favorite combination, probably.
Mm.
All right. You can't beat ricotta cheese.
No,
But
so good.
you could use plain cream cheese or a dessert cream cheese or a cheesecake filling pre-made. Ricotta, little lemon juice in the ricotta wouldn't be bad. Cottage cheese, I would strain the cottage cheese to dry it out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm good with this. Dinner, chili approved dinner.
After we got past the
Yeah, I knew where it was going.
I love ricotta.
Mm.
All right, folks. So
so good.
This is going to go back on the wall from whence it came.
They look pretty.
And it's going to stay there. And the next time I want crepes, I'll probably just get the skillet out and make some. I do think, though, that I probably over thickened the batter, trying to thicken the batter.
You did.
Live and learn. If you don't try it, you never know.
Yeah.
These, however, are delicious.
Well, thank you. I tried. Tried my darndest.
So I have enough salmon for an army, and I'm going to eat it all week.
That's right.
If you don't want to mess with capers, buy bagels and go that route because it's delicious anyway. Look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the capers, I could do without capers, but they add that salt to it, and it's good flavor. So
some red onion for some crunch would be great in that too. We usually stack cream cheese, salmon, cold smoke, not hot.
I mean, you think
Onion,
about
tomato, capers.
Yeah, bagel.
That's where I took that from. It's a combination I love.
Well, that's 52 minutes.
Only because we flubbed and had to shift gears. And when that crap happens in the kitchen, don't let it throw you off. Just keep going.
Keep rocking and rolling with it.
Live and learn. And you lived and learned with us.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see you guys probably next week.
We're just going to stick with the recipes next week. Leave the
fancy
the unitasker pans from the 70s
in the garage
in on the wall where they look pretty.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
I cheers too, but mine's empty.
Well, you're not getting any of mine.
I didn't figure I would.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
See you guys.